So the first video that I posted was a video about me addressing my overall camera shyness and my fear of presenting myself as I am to my audience. That's me, myself, talking to the camera. Right now, there's no character. All my other side content that I make on my TikTok, that's me playing a character. So this video, I had no script. I just sat down and just started yapping to the camera. And the editing process of it was mortifying. I had so many false starts, so many pauses, just so much footage on top of so many production issues. And it's just like, this stuff shouldn't have happened. While I was editing that video, I just noticed so many things about myself. So much so that I started tracking some of the things that I noticed, I guess, just to keep it as data for the next time I wanted to film a video, which I guess is now. So the total number of clips that I had, every single time that I started and stopped the camera amounted to 4. It was 4 total clips. The amount of raw footage that I got was 39 minutes and 19 seconds. And the final runtime of the video was 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Hi, so me, we're in the reshoot. So after I got done filming everything that you've seen prior to this point in this video, I went back to the original video that I posted that I had uploaded last week and re-edited it down some more, which ended up changing some of the metrics that I had mentioned in this video while I was filming it. Okay, so note to self, don't get ahead of yourself and film these analytic videos before the actual video that you're analyzing goes up. Post a video, then do the analysis. Anyway, the runtime for the raw footage of last week's video is still 39 minutes and 19 seconds. But the runtime of the final product itself ended up being around 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Which means that out of the 39 minutes and 19 seconds of raw footage, only 10% of it made it into the final cut. Which personally to me is a terrible ratio. I had filmed so much and 90% of it was useless. Anyway, back to last week's footage. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to a bit more of like a raw video analysis. So throughout all the raw footage, I paused 24 times. That means that I stopped talking for an extended period of time 24 times during the whole entire process of filming. I had 217 false starts. That means that I started talking about something, I started an idea, and then for whatever reason, I stopped. And then I restarted it. Now, obviously, that doesn't happen in normal conversation. You don't just start and restart ideas 217 times when you're talking to somebody. So that number tells me that I'm not actively thinking about what I'm saying on camera. This is the number that I want to pay attention to because I feel like it's a more of an accurate benchmarker, I guess, for me to really track my progress. Am I capable of talking to the camera and completing an idea without having to start and stop because I decided that I didn't like how I said something? So I'm gonna move more towards like the editorial analytics. The final 5-minute video ended up having 58 cuts. Hi, me again. So after the re-edits, the final cut of last week's video ended up being around 55. The number of non-intentional cuts, the cuts that I used to cut out things for clarity or cut out my pauses and stuff, ended up being around 37, which means that 67% of the cuts in the final product were used to fix things, which is not the worst, it's not the best. It's still a number I can improve on. Anyway, back to non-reshoot me. And lastly, if you watched my first video of this series, then you would know that I had to do an entire reshoot. I started the camera, recorded stuff, stopped talking, went and drove somewhere, and then thought of more stuff, and then came back to shoot more stuff. And in doing so, caused a slew of production issues that just made the overall video just less consistent. My mini lamp ran out of batteries, my mini TV ran out of batteries. My lavalier was not recording during the reshoots, so I had to use the audio coming from my on-camera microphone. Not to mention my energy levels were just completely different during the reshoots. My initial shoot, I was talking so slow, I had so little energy. And then the reshoots, suddenly I had a ton of energy. I was so animated. The takeaway here, at least for me, is that learning a skill is hard. And it's really difficult to continue to motivate yourself into working and practicing that skill when you don't have certain positive affirmations to let you know that what you're doing is working. So if you're anything like me and you have a hard time motivating yourself to pick up a new skill or something, then I guess I would recommend tracking your mistakes. I don't know if this method is going to work or not. My data pool is really small right now, but at least I have a goal to shoot for, right? Because I calculated how many mistakes and how many false starts that I made. In my brain, I am very actively conscious of the fact that I need to make less mistakes than the time before. And if I can just keep doing that, then I would have improved. right? That's how skill building works, right? You do something and you're bad at it for a very long time, and then eventually you just stop becoming bad at it. In any case, I'm not trying to be perfect with these videos, but the goal here is to be more articulate and more intentional while I'm speaking on camera. And I feel like this data will at least help me do that. Because if I'm able to get these numbers down, that means I have built the skill. So anyway, I thought I'd share that data just because I thought it was interesting. I still don't know how to end videos, so bye.